Hey guys, today's November 12th, and today I just wanted to talk about my Challenger, pretty much my intake and everything that I have done to it. A little shout out, yesterday was Veterans Day, so a little late on that, but happy Veterans Day. And also shout out to my brother out Camp Pendleton, Fox Company, and shout out to War Bags. You guys asked for that, so there you go. And today just wanted to talk about that a lot of people ask me what did I do to put this intake on the Challenger and everything, and I'll try to explain a little bit why I chose this one over the other ones out there, okay? So this is an air raid cold air intake system. Is it cold? No, but that's what it's like as, okay? It's not really for a Challenger. I made it fit a Challenger. It's designed for the, let's just say 2006 to I believe 2010 Charger SRT8s, because they actually have a, let's say, Ram air intake that actually comes from the hood into the system, and I'll be showing you a little bit of that. Why I went with this one though was because, one, I liked that idea. So on my car, if you guys have seen before, I actually kind of have a similar thing. It's a hood scoop with an intake, okay? And I went with that because, one, it was the most similar thing and I thought it'd give me the most benefits out of everything, and it actually does after finding out later-wise. You can get something similar like this for the Challengers. Will it come with that? No. What makes the difference is that is supposedly supposed to take air from there off like the Chargers and feed it into there, okay? But I bet everybody wonders, does it actually work? Well, yes and no, because I mean, kind of looking at it, if you look, yeah, the air goes through. Is it a true ram air intake? No. Let's say it's a true cool additive to engine, like air temperature, like you'll remove heat soak or engine build up heat from underneath, you know, keep your engine bay cooler. That's one advantage if you're trying to get rid of a lot of heat soak. But is it actually running cold air intake, or let's say cold air into the intake to then, let's say, Charger or Challenger, or if you were to do this? Yes and no. So I mean, yeah, it's going to bring cooler air temperature into the engine all around here, okay? So yeah, this plastic, so this is like an ABS plastic material. It's going to be kind of cooler because, you know, the air around here, you know, the intake manifold's usually hot, heat rises, so yeah, that's going to be cooler. But what I had to do is that, if you look, I actually, so I cut through like the hood because the air actually still comes through the inside. If you look, it goes down into there and it takes some with it. No, yeah, probably not at low, you know, speeds or anything. But yeah, some air is still going to come through there. And I have it directed actually into this, okay? Is it going to help? Yeah, maybe a little bit. You know, yeah, this is not really, you know, pulling air through, kind of. You know, it'd have to be really hooked up to force air to come in through this. You know, this is where you're getting all your air intake from. So yeah, I probably do get a lot more, let's say, cool air from down there that actually comes up here from the front and underneath. But supposedly it actually does help, okay? I mean, yeah, you're really still getting probably 10 horsepower at the most out of this, the way I have it set up. I believe you get more pound-feet of torque out of this setup that I have, compared to like if you were just to do, you know, a simple cold air intake. Dyno runs show a different thing because depending on the settings, variables, and everything, you know, you're gonna have different results, okay? Don't get me wrong, yeah, I have the, you know, Mopar strut bar. Yeah, I wanted to do Mopar, so it all looks the same. Don't get me wrong, I love it. Price per value wise though, I don't think it's really the best option out there, kind of. The leg maker one I think is the true definite better one. So, okay, like ABS plastics, okay? They're going to, let's say they don't conduct heat as much and they don't have a higher retention of thermal temperature. So, the metals, okay, aluminum, yeah, heat's going to go through it. So imagine if your intake was metal, okay? It's going to have heat going through it a lot faster and easier, thus affecting your intake temperature compared to the ambient air temperature, okay? If you had, like, let's say ABS plastic, it's going to resist heat a lot longer, but both the metal and the plastic are going to still hit that same temperature. The only advantage is that they say, okay, yeah, like if you get a metal one, it cools off faster. You know, specific heat, you know, its heat per second range is totally going to be different than a plastic one. Yeah, that may be true, but I mean, yeah, if you're into drag racing, yeah, maybe going to the metal one, yeah, it's going to cool off faster, but it's also going to heat up faster. But I mean, you're not running that long, so yeah, the plastic one doesn't look as good in my opinion, but I also like that one. If you were to take a heat gun, and I mean, okay, I'm not racing this all the time, okay? Autocross is a lot longer than drag racing, so yeah, this will and should hold heat differently than the metal one, and it also should not get to a higher temperature as the metal one just as fast. Is that the best option out there? Maybe, maybe not. I still think the leg maker ones are pretty cool, but you have to drill actually into your body. So then take tube down there. It's carbon fiber, more heat resistant, more rigid as well. There's a lot of people who use gold to reflect, you know, the heat, the thermal temperatures, because, you know, gold is the best element to do that. But I see a lot of people who just use like gold foil or like a gold wrap. There's a lot of like knockoffs out there. There's some that do it, there's some that don't do it. I'd just say, you know, be careful what you use. You know, yeah, it may look cool, like, yeah, you're wrapping your intake with gold, but is that actually, you know, preventing heat transfer or reflecting heat away from it? Yes and no, but I'd say be careful with that. For those who kind of like the way I have the setup in mine, you know, I enjoy it. Yeah, you have to do a little bit fabrication and everything, you know. Yeah, you do have to cut through that a little bit. This is just, you know, this little corner piece I made for it so that it looks more neater. But it's really not that bad, you know. I mean, this hood isn't for this. This is like the newer style hood and everything. Don't mind the dust on it and stuff, but I think overall using like a heat gun, noticeably difference-wise, the specific heat with this intake was a lot different than all the other ones out there. Yeah, the Mopar one looks good. I don't mind air raids. They're still not my favorite, but for what I do, this is probably the best thing for me. So if you have any questions kind of on it, it really depends on what you want to do with your car, okay? I mean, yeah, if you get the metal one, it'll look cool. Yeah, it's going to probably get the same temperature running-wise as a plastic one. Yeah, it's going to lose its heat a lot faster than the plastic one. It's not going to retain it. But it all depends what you're doing with your car. Does it matter for like a daily driver who just wants it to look good? No, get whatever intake you want. You know, short ram, the longer cold air intakes, you know, like there's totally different people's aspect and everything on it, and tests that are done to compare this and that. But it all depends what you're doing with the car. You're going for looks. You're trying to actually get some performance gain out of the car. I mean, like I said, this all depends on the performance gain of when and how you're testing it. You know, low range, yes, this gives a lot more low range torque, but it gives a lot more higher range horsepower with this setup that I have. It's not a lot, you know, I mean, depending on the range you're looking at, optimum wise, 10, more torque, like 14. So if that's something, you know, you want to do, just go ahead and buy, like, I'll leave a part number where to get this one if you're interested, or just how it looks, or like, you know, like, hey, I have a Challenger, you know, I like the setup that you have. Leave a link below and everything. But Not sure if that really explained or answered any questions concerning how I did this. It's going to look kind of tight maybe when you get it. Yeah, you have to put it all back together. Surprisingly, you could always buy this without that and buy this later if you want, or don't even add it. There'll be a bracket you could put on here to prevent air from coming in. It does a little bit, but it's just what I liked and what I saw the biggest gain from, kind of. Okay, guys? So, not sure that helped or gave you guys any step forward. A lot of you guys asked what I did, why I did, and everything, but that's pretty much how I did mine. This is a 2009 Dodge Challenger SRT8, and this is just my forego on my intake, okay? So, if you got any questions, concerns, need any tips or where to find stuff like this, leave a comment below, let me know. But if you like the video, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.